Hey there, welcome back to eFishin. I'm Rodney, and today, well, you can see we're sitting in my truck, but we've been out on Taylorsville, and we're going to give y'all a little bit of a fishing report for what's going on right now. It's mid-September, and we've had a hurricane blow through the other week, and the lake has gone up and down a couple of times, and, well, fishing's still kind of a little tough right now, but there's some fish to be caught out here. So what's going on? Lake is back down to pretty much close to summer pool. It's been about 5 or 6 feet over, I believe. And the thing is, the water has cooled off. It's in the upper 70s, low 80s, depending on where you're at. I saw it from anywhere from, let's say, 78 to 81 is kind of what the temperature range that I saw today out on the lake. I didn't get to run around a whole lot because it was raining, and it stormed a little bit this morning, and then it kind of cleared off for a little while, and then just a few minutes ago it just went boom, and there were some big old claps. So I decided I better get my hind end off the lake. We'll do it again some other time. But anyway, so what's going on? The water's, in the upper 70s, low 80s. It's got a nice green color to it, so it's not muddy or real clear or anything. It looks pretty good. But those fish, they're still kind of stacked up in summertime patterns, I think. Now, what all this rain and fresh water and stuff that we've had come in, the thermocline's down there at about 20 foot now. So that might be someplace you want to start exploring. I didn't look at it real heavy because I was out here in the morning. I was kind of trying to catch some on top water and the crankbait and whatnot up shallow, but which there are some fish up. If you want to take a square bill and run the banks or a bandit or something like that, a small crankbait, you will catch some fish. They're probably going to be them little 13, 14 inches, but you catch 15 or 20 of them a day. It's not too bad if you're just looking to catch some fish. Also, if you're looking to catch some fish, you probably can catch some on a Ned rig if it gets kind of calm or it's bright and sunny or the wind's not blowing. That Ned rig will catch you a few fish, and every now and then it'll put a good one in the boat for you. So, things to think about here in September as the water starts cooling off. Those shad, they're going to start moving to the backs of the creeks and pockets, and they're going to start back up, going up in the river. So keep that in mind and follow those things around. Look for the bait this time of year, because where the shad are, fish aren't going to be too far away. And that's going to be the largemouth, white bass, crappie, saugeye, blue cats, whatever you're fishing for, they're going to be under those shad or close to them. So while y'all are following those shad, here's a couple baits to keep in mind. Get a whopper plopper, whatever size you like to fish. They'll bite it out here. They'll hit it, the small one to the big one out here. And really, as the water starts cooling off, I kind of like to throw that big one. Sometimes you can have some pretty good days on that thing. Other things, you can throw a Zara spook, a popper, a Sammy, whatever your favorite topwater, even a buzzbait will start coming into play here in the next couple weeks as that water starts to cool off. And that topwater, you can catch fish on it all the way down to into the mid-50s on that. So don't be afraid to do that. Throw that topwater. And sometimes here in the fall, when it gets real bright and sunny, that topwater bite comes on. I don't know why it does it, but it does. So if you're having a tough day, put your topwater on and see if you don't catch a few fish on it. But put something on like a whopper plopper or a buzzbait, something that you can cover a lot of water. And sometimes that's the key, catching some fish, is just covering water and looking for those active fish that are wanting to feed. So another bait to keep on your deck this fall is you want to keep a crankbait of some kind, whether it's a square bill, a DT6, a DT10, a rock crawler, whatever your favorite crankbait is. Keep it tied on and look for those fish at what depth they are and find a crankbait that'll run that depth. And don't underestimate the old rattle trap in the fall. Sometimes you can load the boat up, especially in the back of a creek or a pocket. If those fish have those shad corralled up back there and they're feeding on them, those rattle traps and whatnot, those type of rattle baits, they're real good this time of year. Something else. So the third bait that I'm going to leave you with to keep tied on is, I know everybody's chasing shad, and there's a lot of fish to be caught chasing shad, but there's something else that goes on in the fall. There's a crawdad bite, and a jig sometimes can just absolutely load the boat. So keep a jig tied on, pitch it around wood, throw it out on a point or on a channel swing or something like that. Especially if you have a day where it's kind of rainy and overcast, sometimes that jig can put a few fish in the boat. And when those few fish, they're generally good fish, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, I'm Rodney with eFishin. If y'all pick something up, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll catch y'all next time. We're out.